Terraria is a game I've loved ever since I could use this. And so when I beat Terraria on Master Mode, which was actually the first time I ever beat Terraria by myself, I wanted more. Like a sadistic Oliver Twist, I needed more of a challenge. So here we are today, many questions. Okay, moving on. For the Worthy of is a special seed that makes the game more challenging, or as some people put it, unfair. It'll change all kinds of shit in your world, from lava on the surface to exploding bunnies. It'll test your skill and your patience, and we will be beating it in a series I'll drag out with over 800 parts, with 900 spin-off episodes, and 200 bonus director commentaries. Or, you know, maybe like 5 to 10 videos, I don't know. Our really crappy adventure begins with some classic deforestation. I immediately crafted some wooden armor because it was cold out. Stone would be important, so I began digging through this big vein of it. The trees that spawned just weren't big enough, so I went out exploring to the left in order to find some larger ones. Cactus would be helpful because the armor is pretty good early on, but spoiler alert, I never made any, so this was worthless. Oh, like me. However, I did come upon a pyramid which gave me a sandstone in a bottle. That would be a great help this early in the playthrough. As night fell, I made my big home, and crafted some somewhat useful gear, and began to dig down into the cavern lair. I then did some classic caving and found some Hermes boots along the way. When I got home, I made a bit of iron armor and a sawmill to make a bed and a sofa and a sofa and a sofa and a sofa and a sofa. I made a few sofas. Then I went to bed. The end. Until I woke up and realized I still had responsibilities. The next day I did some more caving and covered a lot of sapphire. When I got back, I finished off my iron armor with a helmet and crafted a sapphire hook. Yeah, the side of the Terraria world is always boring, so let's skip ahead a bit. More caving, made frostbite arrows, more accessories, made an actual house, made a house for our resident demo man, but then a blood moon occurred, so I just sat inside and played Uno. Take it away, Penny! Yeah. Oh, and I also made a little trap for the zombies to fall into, but they escaped somehow and I died. Rinse and repeat a couple times until day arrives. I made a couple more houses and filled in the gaping hole to turn into a mine shaft. I felt like now was a good time. I made myself an actual house, so I picked out this nice cliffside spot and created my humble home. At night I worked on the soon-to-be chest room, which I wanted to be a circle, but I think that was its downfall eventually. I hate shapes. I did some more caving and found the holy mace, added the background most of my chest room, or at least I tried to. Then there was about 15 minutes of footage dedicated to the pause menu. Thanks me. Even more caving, but I found a glowing mushroom palm and a cloud in a bottle. There was another blood moon, but I think I was going to anaphylactic shock from the mushrooms because I just fucking sat there. When I came to, I decided to do some more exploring on the surface, so I ventured left. I found this weird flower, which gave me this equally weird ghost girl summon that kept giggling and it wouldn't shut up. But it was helpful though, so I kept it. Corruption antics, small pause menu moments, and then I found the angler. Cool, anyway, when I got home I began to organize my chests and items, and the rest of the footage is the pause menu. I must have been busy that day. More work on the chest room. Cool. I began creating houses in the desert for the nurse and arms dealer to live in, but I ran out of palm wood, so I could only make one, which the fucking angler moved into, a little shit. I did some exploring to the right and found a bunch of living wood trees, which gave me too much loot to carry. I had like a 15-minute battle over wooden seashells before I gave up and went home. It then began to rain slime, which would mean I had a chance to fight the king slime. That was a lot of slime. I grabbed some potions and a trusty banana and killed some slime till the big man showed up. A quirk of For the Worthy is to make some bosses larger than usual, including the King Slime, which I can't tell if that made it harder or easier, but either way the fight went pretty smooth up until the end where it began to get really fast. But in the end, I kicked his metaphorical ass. I got lucky with the drops too. I got the Master Mode pet and the slimy saddle, so I think the fight went great. Next day I did even more chest sorting to finish off the desert houses so the nurse could move into there, which led to the furry joining our little town, and as much as I hate her, she did give me my cat license so she can live. But have you noticed anything rather suspicious about our explorations so far? We didn't find our jungle. I know. It's very exciting, you're pissing with anticipation. Sometimes in For the Worthy, the jungle doesn't generate on the surface, so we need to go to the jungle's approximate location and dig down till we find it. But why do we need the jungle, I hear you squeal? Because I wanted a boomstick, so we get the arms dealer, and yes, it did completely slip my mind that I could have just smashed a shadow up and got the musket, but either way, it's made for a better adventure. So off we go, never mind, off we go again. I began digging down and uncovered a large amount of platinum, which is nice. I also found an underground house, which is extra nice, but it wasn't long before I uncovered the underground jungle. And we'll leave it there. Thanks for listening, bye bye.